Project Runway, thousands of fashion hopefuls from around the country auditioned for a chance to become America's next great fashion designer. We picked the 15 best and flew them to New York to compete for the chance of a lifetime. Each week, they were given a different challenge that tested their creativity and talent. Does this stuff has an end? And each week, one of them was sent home. Auf Wiedersehen. 11 designers have been eliminated. Unlike years past, 4 designers remain.
All 4 of us are going.
And the stakes have never been higher as they prepare to unveil their new collections at fashion's most prestigious venue, Olympus Fashion Week. Tonight, all 15 designers will meet again for the first time since they gathered in New York. We'll see exclusive behind-the-scenes footage. The designers will answer your questions. And we'll revisit the most memorable and controversial moments from Season 3 of Project Runway.
This is Project Runway.
Fashion is my life.
I'm going to win.
15 contestants.
I'm fabulously glamorous.
I got mad skills.
But only one can be the winner.
I'm better than that.
You gotta be kidding me.
For these 15 contestants, Project Runway is the chance of a lifetime. This is very exciting. Welcome, designers, to your home away from home, Parsons, the new school for design. This is our reunion special, and I'm very excited to see your faces again. You guys are all looking good. And speaking of good-looking people, I have one good-looking man sitting right next to me, Tim Gunn, who is your mentor and chair of the Department of Fashion Design at Parsons.
Thank you, Heidi. It's wonderful to be back. And tonight, as a testament to the show's success, we'll recount the moments that made Season 3 so very special by using clips and discussions and questions sent in from fans via bravotv.com. Later in the show, we will also announce the winner of bravotv.com's fan favorite competition. The votes are in, and the winner will receive a check for $10,000 tonight. Very thrilling, isn't it?
Yes, it's a lot of money.
Yes.
But first, before we start with that, I would love to hear how it's been being recognized by people since the show started airing. Bradley, how's it been for you? You look different.
No one can recognize me anymore.
Well, they will after they see this show.
I had one girl come up to me. Oh, were you on Project Runway? And I said, yeah. She said, oh my God, you sucked, and ran away. And I was like, and then I kind of was like,
How about you, Vincent?
Knowing who your fans are and why they like you is a beautiful thing.
Did it turn you on? I know you get turned on by a lot of people.
I can't help but be turned on.
Milan, how was it for you?
It's been actually really amazing, the response.
You showed at Fashion Week.
Yeah, I had a showing at Fashion Week.
And congratulations, really.
Angela, how has been the public reaction to you since the show has been aired?
Wow, especially after the mom episode, I couldn't walk through the streets of Los Angeles without getting mobbed and people giving me their sympathy, and I've loved every second of it.
Okay, before I bring out our 4 finalists, I would like to hear who you thought would have been one of our finalists.
I thought Allison would be. She has a distinct point of view that I think is wearable by so many women out there. I thought you'd be out there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sure.
Vincent.
I thought Kane would be out there. He has an outstanding presentation and an outstanding product, and he's going to do very well.
I thought Robert would.
I thought I was too. It was a shock to me when I was on.
Okay, why don't we bring out our finalists? And first, I would like to start with the person that won our last challenge, Fräulein Uli Herzner.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Our next designer is the youngest of our final 4, but we won't hold that against him. Let's bring out Michael Knight.
Our next designer is very outspoken and very colorful, Jeffrey Sevilla.
Yeah! Our last designer knew how to make a statement, whether it was through her personal style or her unsparing choice of words. Laura.
What are you talking about?
You grew bigger since the last time I saw you.
You grew bigger too.
You look great.
You do too.
We have a lot of questions come in for you from bravotv.com, and the first one is going to Laura, and it is from Irvine, California. and they want to know if you own a pair of jeans.
Actually, riding pants and boots, that's sort of my version of jeans and sneakers. If I have a lot of errands to run and I just really need to be comfortable, that's what I wear, but I generally just don't wear jeans.
Wow. I do have to say I've never seen you in jeans either.
Yeah, you haven't?
You're always very James Bond.
Thank you. Thank you. No, I have
It's
James. This year on Project Runway, we ended up with a final 4 instead of a final 3. Let's see how we got there.
Well, let's start with the winner. Congratulations, Uli.
Thank you.
You're the winner of this challenge. Dora, you're in.
Thank you.
Michael, Jeffrey, you're both in. You can leave the runway.
Thank you.
All 4 of us are going.
Yay.
Yay. How did you guys feel during that judging?
I sweat looking at that. Like, I still feel that same feeling. I was really like, oh my God, this cannot be happening to me. This cannot.
Were you surprised that we took all of you?
Well, I was. I didn't think it was going to go that way.
I didn't really think that was going to happen either. I was thrilled by it.
I was hoping for 4 because we're all so different.
How did the rest of you feel about a final 4?
We all have been up there, obviously, and on the bad end. And it's just nice to say, oh, thank gosh, they were nice for once.
I think the final 4 is perfect. I mean, each one of these people are very different. I respect you for different reasons. And I think definitely these 4 need to show their works.
I think, you know, honestly, it could have been any 4,
Yeah.
you know, and it would have been interesting.
At the beginning of this season, there was also one person that we pretty much all thought were going to make it to Olympus Fashion Week and sit in that very seat. But unfortunately, he was disqualified. And I'm talking about Keith Michael. And he's here. So let's give him a welcome. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
Very good.
Good.
But I want to know, how has it been for you? Because I remember the last time we interviewed you and spoke to you, you were worried, I'm going to be a laughingstock.
Yeah.
Has it been like that?
Well, not really. Actually, I don't think I gave my friends enough credit because they were all really supportive.
Keith, the episode in which you were eliminated has been one of the most talked about in all 3 seasons. And let's take a look at what happened. We have very clear and concise rules for our designers on Project Runway. One of the absolute no-nos is no fashion how-to books. None of any kind. Hey, hi, how are you? We have a couple of issues. One is the books that are illegal.
Right.
You're incredibly talented, and that's why these books make me sick. For the designers on the show, it's definitely an issue.
Right.
And the other is your departure. And accordingly, we're going to have to ask you to leave. We need you to get your stuff together tonight.
Okay.
And you'll leave tonight.
Right.
It's a competition with extreme odds, you know, like...
Yes, you're angry. Understood.
Or do you not see you brought this on yourself?
My image has been tarnished forever. I'm off the show, and I'm going to be a laughingstock to my friends. I felt bad. I think that we wind up finding scapegoats sometimes.
How do you guys all feel about that? Do you think it was fair? Was it the right thing to do?
I think it was fair. If you're going to have rules, if everyone's abiding by them, it's not a personal thing.
Allison, you were very sad when he left.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Keith was like one of the contestants I had become closest with and related to the most.
How about you, Kane? You found these books.
You know, it wasn't my goal to come here and have someone kicked off. And as you can see there, I honestly felt sad for him. But I know that we all signed a contract and we were not allowed to have even so much as a magazine.
Keith, do you think this outcome was fair?
You know, I'm obviously upset. You could see in my eyes and in my face I'm upset. So do I think the outcome was fair? No, I don't. Wasn't in the contract that we couldn't bring books.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
I don't recall reading that.
It was explicit. There's a
It's
whole
in big
paragraph
black
on it.
letters. I mean,
Yeah, there's designer rules.
You were not supposed to have pattern books, none of you. You were supposed to come with your brain, with your fingers, and with your talent inside of you, and that is it.
I know that if I even look at a pattern on how to make a Y dart, that suddenly triggers a whole slew of creative ideas.
All right. Well, okay. So they were taken away from me when I got here. They were then returned a week later to my room. I was then dismissed from the show for having books in my room. Uncomfortable, isn't it?
I find that so hard to believe.
The producers don't play hanky-panky. They don't. They don't need to. There's enough stuff that happens just by virtue of the fact that we're
Somehow
all
those
together.
books were returned to my room. They were removed
I have
from my
worked with
possession.
these producers for 3 seasons now. Their seriousness, their integrity is unimpugnable. And basically, Keith, you're saying you were set up and sabotaged.
I didn't say I was set up. I don't
But
know
Keith,
what
you are
transpired.
suggesting it's a conspiracy.
Not a conspiracy. I don't know how it got into my room. I really have no idea. I have absolutely no idea.
Jeffrey, what did you think about the whole thing?
Do you think it was fair that Keith was asked to leave?
I do think it's fair. There were a lot of people that were really upset about it. And I think maybe Keith should have handled it differently because he left.
Well, can I just say that we have another issue, and the issue was Keith leaving production.
You left for several hours, even though you were told not to. Where did you go for all these hours?
Well, people were very upset about this discovery of books, and there were all sorts of kind of whispering and gossiping about, you know, Keith, the reason why he's doing so well is because he has all these amazing magical books that are
Don't
giving
you think,
him...
like, logically it would have been much better to stick around? You know, I
Well,
think if you believe you're right,
okay.
like you didn't do anything
Well,
wrong, like with an accident, if you bump
Heidi?
into another car, you don't just go, you stay there,
No.
you wait until...
What I did was I spoke to one of the production assistants. I said, listen, things are getting very escalated. I'm very uncomfortable. And I said, I'm leaving. And she pointed towards the door. So I said, fine, I'm going.
I find it very hard to believe that someone would just say, well, there's the door, just go if you want.
We couldn't even go alone to the toilet without somebody following us. So things like this wouldn't happen.
No one can make a phone call in here without anyone knowing about it.
Regardless, you're just asking me what the story is. That's the story. I'm not going to just, you know, roll over like a puppy, as you've been quoted as saying about me.
I said that when I presented this information to you, I frankly was expecting a confrontation and a bit of a fight. And I said you rolled over like a puppy because from my perception you did. But we really need to leave this because we could spend the next 24 hours talking about it. We're not going to resolve it.
It's getting too hot.
Okay, I thought so.
We take a break and we'll be right back.
Coming up on Project Runway.
When I said amateur, I meant amateur not being up to that level of design.
Laura, what do you think?
I think Vincent's delusional.
Yeah, you said that already.
Welcome back, everyone. Now I would like to speak about a man that has a lot of knowledge and a lot of amazing words that sometimes I have no idea what he's talking about. And that is you.
Oh, no.
And there were so many of them, and the moments were so amazing that we had to put a little clip together.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Tim Gunn is a dictionary. He uses the best words.
You'll find a way of mitigating that center scene.
Well, half the time when he says stuff, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to try to figure that out.
The whole thing looks like faux bois.
Good.
Tim used some really big $3 words like scuttlebucket and consternation.
Why is there so much consternation and Sturmendrong? What's going on?
He also likes to use this word caucus, which is hilarious too, because it always makes me think of politics.
You have 15 minutes to caucus. It's This is a very circuitous staircase. When I first approached this, I was ambivalent about it. You came in and placated me, at least. Constructivist, amorphous contrivance. Misapprehension. Egregious. Quotient. Anemic. Congratulations. See, all that Sturm und Drang was worth it. Thank you.
You are a walking dictionary. And of course, for you too, Tim, we had a lot of people that emailed us and that wanted to ask you some questions. We have one that comes from Jen in Portland, Oregon. Do you design clothing yourself? Are there Tim Gunn originals out there?
I'm a design educator, actually, but I'm not a practicing fashion designer.
We cannot imagine you sitting at home with a sewing machine.
I sew, but the Tim Gunn originals out there are in the form of sculpture and paintings and drawings. It's really fine arts work, really.
Wow.
So.
You make sculptures and things.
Yes.
I love it.
Designers, you had your own idiosyncratic lexicon this past season, so turnabout is fair play, and I want us to take a look.
Look over there, man, during the day, and I go, oh, Lord, he's making some serious ugly. And there is some serious ugly in this room right now. Bradley is sewing some serious ugly down there. There's some serious ugly being made in Kane's corner right now.
Gorgeous, sister, gorgeous.
But ugly happening on that dress form. Yeah, there's some serious ugly. That dress had such a history of ugly.
I've been labeled the boring designer. I know a thing or two about fabrics, even though I like boring fabrics, mostly. That is boring. Because I'm a bore. Some people say boring, I say brilliant. I'm gonna do my same boring palette and just really feed them boring time after time. You're boring. And I know boring. Heidi's a bore. Are you kidding? That's why she took it out on me. It was a personal attack based on her own insecurities. Don't you get it?
That turns me on. I told my wife, I said, I'm so turned on by being with people of this caliber. It turns me on, it makes me work well. That woman was so turned on, man. It was like, when we met, it was down, you know? And what turns everybody on, you know? Yep. I got like super turned on by that shit, you know? It just turns me on.
Not that we don't like our teens.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to you.
That was great.
So I want to know from you guys what it was like to work with Tim.
Uh-oh.
Actually, when Tim comes, it really always helps you, and it's really positive, and he almost becomes like a dad, like you grow really close, and I think everybody from us will still, like, when we're 95, if we make it that long, we will still remember Tim Gunn.
Then there's one of you designers that made a comment on EW.com. Tim has been bad-mouthing me ever since the show started because I didn't choose to bow down to Tim. If he gave me constructive advice, I would thank him. But if he tried other things, I would dismiss him. And that came from Vincent.
It did indeed. It did indeed. And I'll definitely stand by that. I don't go to blog spots, but people have been telling me that you've been very, very, rather not yourself, I would think, on these blog spots. So, I mean...
Well, if you haven't read my blog, which is on the robotv.com Project Runway website, I wish you would, because my comments are purely about your designs, not about your character. I just wanted to help give you some feedback.
You also didn't just go after Tim, because you continued on saying, if you look at the show and you know anything about design, you can see clearly who the designer was. This show is full of amateur designers. How do you guys feel about that, amateur designers?
We got on the show together, so if I'm an amateur, you are as well, you know.
When I said amateur, I meant amateur not being up to that level of design. So no, I did not think any of these designers...
Laura, what do you think?
I think Vincent's delusional.
Yeah, you said that already.
You know, I think it's great that he loves and respects his own work, but I don't agree with his opinion about who's amateur and who's not.
You know,
just disagree with him.
It's just that there is a certain prerequisite that I think a designer owns, and I saw a lot
So you're
of...
the only real designer. Why are you on the show with like 50 years? Why don't you have a big business already?
This is my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm proud of my opinion, and I stand by my opinion.
That's what's amateurish, is dogging other people's work.
So why?
You know, I never chose to dog anyone on this show.
calling
It's
us
not my
amateurs
style.
and saying
No,
that
I'm not calling you
we're not
amateurs.
real designers.
No, what I'm
You
trying,
did.
you're not understanding something. I'm saying that it takes a certain level to be at a certain level of design, and I still stand by that, you know.
Vincent, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Me either.
Me either.
Well, whether it was good or it was bad, Kane always had something to say. And Kane, in some ways, I was more interested in how fast you said something rather than what it was you were saying. So we want to take a look and a listen.
I'm gonna talk a million miles a minute. First off, I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I love you. I watch the pageant. I'm way into pageants, blah, blah, blah. Two of my sisters did pageants, so I know a lot about them. Anyway, cut to the chase. What I visualize for you is something incredibly gorgeous. I haven't narrowed down a color yet. I would love to see white poppers, olive greens, or something like that. I don't know. And this can be ixnayed. We don't have to have this. That's why I chose the black Austrian crystal detail as opposed to clear rhinestones, because my original vision, of course, was the clear because I love sparkle. Surprise. No, I wouldn't wear my cane belt, and I wouldn't wear my big ropey chain accessories, blah, blah, blah. The line of your dress starts higher, and it also frames your beautiful face because you are freaking gorgeous. Okay, well, let me tell you what else it is. This is mylar that was in long strips, hence why the top fits a little bit better, and like if you turn around and see the back, the whole thing was, it was supposed to be corseted. I did some other piddling, but I really wasn't crazy about those. Those were my first ones to get to where I was at. And then I thought it'd be gorgeous to have, it's about you in the dress and how you feel. Obviously, you know all this stuff, but that's the look and the whole feeling that I want for you. You need to feel like $1 million. So, okay.
Okay, thank you.
Woo, I can breathe.
Breathe. Breathe.
Thanks so much. Love you, mean it. Have a good day.
Okay.
What's funny, I feel like I want to say what I said to my model, Amanda, shut up.
So since you're so good at this, do you want to send us to commercial?
Thank everyone watching the Project Runway Season 3 reunion special. We'll be back right after this commercial.
Coming up on Project Runway.
Now, don't paint it like my mom was going behind your back and trying to sabotage you.
I would like to announce the winner of BravoTV.com's fan favorite competition. Welcome back.
This group has certainly generated a tremendous amount of interest, and I have to say, Milan, you're one of the designers I'm most frequently asked about.
Really?
And
Wow.
what has the public reaction to you been?
Really amazing. I have received over 2 million emails.
So a lot of support.
Yeah, a lot of support. It's been really amazing. And I think if it weren't for that support after being offed on the show, I don't know if I would have had a shot at Fashion Week.
You said that you did not get a lot of support from your family.
No, not at all.
Why is that?
I just think that because of fears of my being gay when I was young, I think parents, they're afraid that maybe their child will grow up and be something that is not socially acceptable. And there's a huge opportunity for parents to really nurture their children and to really believe in them. And who cares if you're gay, straight, or what you are, you know?
We have a question for you via
Okay,
BravoTV.com, and it's from Ben.
Okay.
Ben writes, Milan, I love your accent. Where does it come from?
I was born in Taiwan. I traveled through Hong Kong and lived through Hong Kong, Australia, and then the States as well growing up. And so it's pretty much a derivative of all of that.
It's Milanese.
The laugh is really the best. That should be.
We have a whole thing for you to watch. Let's have a look.
Sometimes he starts that laughing thing.
No, that's not it.
Kind of like Cary Grant meets Eddie Munster. Thank you.
That's good. If you're in a bad mood, you just put Milan on.
very sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. I thought it was super sweet.
Designers, I don't know when we've had a wider variety of different kinds of challenges than in this season. Which one was the most enjoyable for you?
The doggy challenge.
Yeah?
The dog challenge?
Why the dog challenge?
It just added so much fun to it. I know, because like animals make me happy. I think everybody kind of had that effect.
Well, which challenge was the hardest then? Which one was the most difficult?
The mom challenge.
The mom challenge, yeah.
Why was the mom challenge so difficult?
Because I think, you know, everyone's like, oh, well, you're not good at designing plus-size clothes. I'm like, damn straight, I never said I was. So I think to completely break out of your shell and immediately be designing in a whole different scale.
And also they were talking back. Normally the models don't really talk back that much.
And then also that there's someone's on the show's mom, and except for some people, you don't want to make them cry. Some people do.
One of the most dramatic aspects of it was the dynamic between Jeffrey and Angela's mom, Darlene. So let's take a look back at that.
I'm gonna make the dress I'm gonna make. I hope you like it. If you don't like it, there's not a thing I can do about that. I only hope the judges like it.
Well, then, it's not what I expected. Why am I being treated like this?
I don't appreciate you even standing here.
Do you talk to everybody like this?
How am I treating you?
Jeffrey,
I'm just being honest with you. I'm being honest with you.
Opinion, if you were standing right there, I would have said the exact same thing.
Maybe other people find things about you that are beautiful that you don't find in yourself because of your insecurities. How does that sound?
I think if you have your own taste in clothes, doesn't mean you're insecure.
Excuse me.
I'm really upset and I'm really insulted. Nobody talks to me that way.
Try not to let him get to you, Mom. He's this is typical Jeffrey.
Just so much hate in his voice.
It's okay.
It's been so great up till now.
It's okay. It's still gonna be great.
Angela, Jeffrey, are you guys looking at this differently now?
No. It hasn't happened any differently.
How about you?
I don't really know what to say. It's just really emotional.
And I didn't want to make Darlene cry. You know, I really, honestly, it's not like I got the challenge and thought, okay, this is my opportunity to make this woman cry. The thing that irked me the most is that Darlene was never planning to tell me that she didn't like the color or the dress. And had no one asked her, we would have gotten up on the runway and she would have said, I hate this.
That's not true.
Well,
she said, no, don't paint it like my mom was going behind your back and trying to sabotage you.
When I asked her why she didn't
That's absolutely a reflection on your character and what you would do to somebody, not my mother.
Fine if you think that, but when I asked your mother why she didn't tell me, her response was because she didn't want to hurt my feelings. And I said, I don't appreciate you not telling me to my face. There are only 4 hours left. At this point, if you don't like it, I can't do anything about that, so will you please leave?
To me, Jeffrey didn't handle it properly in how he spoke to her. And I think he knows it, though, because that's just inappropriate to talk to any client that way.
I think a lot of the other mothers were like, you do what you need to do. I'll walk it on the runway. I'm here to help you. You know, and Angela's mother took it really personally. So Jeffrey had a much harder time.
Jeffrey, what if the tables had been turned? What if your mother had been treated this way? How would you have responded?
I would have walked over to see what was going on, and I would have tried to assist my mom in talking to whoever it was that was talking to her like that.
Did you ever apologize to Darlene?
I don't know that I had the chance to. You know, things happened.
Yes, you did. I asked you to apologize to my mom the morning of the runway show, and you said, I'm not apologizing to anybody.
The circumstances were what they were. I was stressed out, and, you know.
It's just unfortunate that my mom had to get thrown into it. And I think, Jeffrey, if we had met under different circumstances, that we could have been friends, or we would have, you know.
No, but I mean, if this one challenge would have not been there, you guys would have run off like lovebirds.
They would be dating.
With the sun
They
going
would
down.
be dating.
Well, I want to segue to another dramatic moment. It may be one of the most dramatic, in some ways scariest moments of the season, and it has never been shown because it happened between Vincent and one of the producers. Vincent, do you know what I'm talking about?
Let's see it.
To explain to everyone who is watching, the production does the laundry for the designers. So let's see what happened.
This was good.
He's very particular.
So let's take a look.
That's it, dog. I told these people 25 times, don't put my clothes in the freaking laundry. Where's this guy? I'm out of here. That's bullshit. I told these people not to do this to my clothes. I am so pissed off right now. No respect. Who's gonna pay the bill for my clothes?
He crazy.
You took the words right out my mouth.
He crazy. I've been saying since day one, he crazy.
Do not put my fucking clothes in the laundry. $125 fucking goddamn shirt's ruined. I told him I wrote a fucking note in there. I put it in the bag. Don't fluff and fold the shirts. You're a fucking wash. God. I wrote a note. I put it in the bag. I put it separate. I told the fucking guy, don't do it. Don't do it. I'll wear them dirty. It's not funny, Michael. This is not cheap. But then why though, man?
Get me off the
You all get me the I just told the mother. I told that goddamn times about my shirt. You, I'm out of here. Get me a mother plane ticket. This that's it. You all. I told the guy, don't do it.
Is that Vincent yelling down there?
Don't.
All right.
Come on.
We never had to bleep anything so much ever. Okay, stick around because later in the show we'll announce the winner of BravoTV.com's fan favorite competition. One of you will get a check for $10,000. So stick around.
Coming up on Project Runway.
You've just won $10,000, and our two special guests have that very check for you. Okay, I have two special guests that I would like to bring out, but before I do that, I would like to announce the winner of BravoTV.com's fan favorite competition. For the last 2 weeks, we have asked all the fans out there that are watching you guys, who is their favorite designer? And their favorite designer is Michael Knight.
Congratulations, Michael.
You've just won $10,000.
Just like that.
And our two special guests have that very check for you. Here they are.
Yeah, it is one of those big obnoxious poster checks.
Wow.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Wow, this is...
Don't spend it all in one place.
This is a big check.
Yeah, it's huge. Wow.
That's very nice to know that you have a lot of fans out there.
The support really been getting about my work has been unbelievable. And to hear other designers give me great compliments and support, and it's been really great for me. And then now the nation, so it's really cool. I really appreciate it.
Excited to see what you have to show us.
I'm excited to show. I'm ready.
And I would like to welcome my fellow judges, Michael Kors and Nina Garcia.
Hey.
As we know, fashion is very subjective and it almost always boils down to a matter of taste. But on Project Runway, we do have a system for scoring. And Heidi, would you like to explain that system? And then would you and Nina and Michael like to talk about the criteria that you used for judging?
Sure. Basically, we score from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest score. Then we add all of our scores together from all the judges. You know, later we do the Q&A and we asked you designers on what you thought and what your philosophy was. And maybe sometimes then we change how we thought about this particular garment.
I'm really judging by what the challenge was, whether it's creative, whether it's realistic, imaginative, all those things come into play.
Yeah, I mean, I try to look at each challenge really separately. I'm not looking at your entire body of work. I want to see, is it the best that you could do for your style or your style or your style?
We're going to offer the designers a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity here. And Michael, do you want to tell them about it?
We wanted to kind of open it up so that you guys can ask us, why did you do that? Why did you react that way to something that I showed or something that I did?
Okay, I have a question about the dog challenge where I did the bubble skirt and the tank top. Okay, if my story had been different, would that have changed your opinion of the outfit?
It wouldn't have mattered if she was an au pair
She didn't
or
like
not.
it no matter what she did.
It wasn't an issue of the Paris or not au pair. It was an issue of the clothes.
So that it was the proportion as well
It was
as
just, yes.
I mean, everything was, it was so hoochie. The top was hoochie, the skirt was too short. I mean, it was a hoochie mama outfit.
She's a hooker. I mean, great.
Okay, I have a question. I'll speak up. Just to go back to like my couture dress. My idea of what I wanted, honestly, was a solid color dress. But there were no fabrics that would go together. But if I had done that dress, say, in red or in a solid color, would that have made it a little bit more?
It's a different dress.
Was it just the fabric and all the colors together? Because
Well,
I've got nothing but wonderful response about that dress. And
you know what? Listen, there's all kinds of taste out there. If you love glamorama and that's your thing and you like to be a little over the top, hey, that's great. But there's still the best over the top. I don't think that any of us, Nina, did you want to see him suddenly, become the new Norman Norell? I mean, no, that's not it at all. You have to be you, but you can temper it and find the best way to do it.
One of the most controversial decisions involved the recycling challenge. That's the challenge in which Allison was eliminated. Allison, how do you feel about that?
I mean, at this point, I've moved on. You know, I had a specific idea in mind when I was creating my dress, and when I had it on the dress form, I really loved it. But when I saw that come down the runway, I was just like, oh, no.
But I think that when you took it off the mannequin and you put it on your model, and she wasn't really giving you what your dress form was giving you, then you should have been able to stand back and say, okay, in the inimitable words, you have to make it work.
Do you think you ever made a wrong decision? Did you ever, a couple days later, rethink it or re-see an episode and say, I think I judged too hastily?
No, I always do my gut reaction as it comes out, and then I do go back. If I had to go with what I just wrote initially, perhaps I would be wrong. But after I see it all, I always kind of look at it and say, what am I thinking?
To be honest, sometimes I was surprised that we even could make a decision at all because we had barking dogs sometimes, the alarm went off. Let's take a look at these clips.
If someone comes in while we're working on a collection, they'll be like, are you crazy? What's that?
Alarm?
That's relaxing.
Nina smoking in the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you look romantic and sweet and charming, great. I think she's about to.
Are you right, Marlinda?
She's not feeling good. Sit down, sweetheart. Come here.
Sorry about it.
It's okay. It's okay. Can we get a stool?
Sorry about it, guys.
The fainting models. Mighty Linda, I'll give her a pass just because she's never done that before. So for her to do that, she obviously was not feeling well. But Amanda, she's just crazy.
This model's about to pass out. She's feeling very sick and she's overcome. Sit down here. Okay.
my model is a hypochondriac, and anytime she's in the bottom, she did this whole fainting shindig. She was not feeling well, blah, blah, blah.
You have that a lot, no? Why do you have that a lot? Sorry.
Did that you? Did you do that?
It's my work.
Somebody. That's this pig.
I had leftover barbecue pork ribs this morning.
Oh my God. Okay, let's bring out the designers.
Jeffrey, what is wrong with you?
That was great. Oh, that was great.
Stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to talk about our 4 very special designers and who has what it takes to win Project Runway.
Coming up on Project Runway.
I would like to hear what your predictions are. Who will win Project Runway?
I don't know who will win this, but they're all going to throw down.
Welcome back. So now that we are without our 4 finalists, I would like to hear what your predictions are. Who will win Project Runway?
I have a few favorites. Maybe Uli, but I think all of them are going to show some pretty amazing stuff.
I think Laura could be the dark horse and surprise everyone.
See, I think Michael is the strongest.
I think Jeffrey and Michael are in my top 2.
Yeah. I kind of feel that Michael and Laura are really going to be right there. Her pattern making and her design on a woman's body is wonderful. Michael's edge, though, is the actual design is very young and very fresh.
Keith, do you have a favorite?
I think that Jeffrey, to me, is the most innovative designer. He has the most youthful and progressive point of view. But Uli, I do like her perspective, and she does it so well, so beautifully.
And Angela?
It's really anybody's game. It just depends on how they responded to the pressure.
Vincent, what do you think?
I don't know who will win this, but I'm very interested in seeing what they all do because they're all going to throw down.
I would say let's take a look at what some of our previous season designers had to say about these 4 finalists.
I definitely think Michael Knight's gonna win because you pick the gay white guy first, then you pick the Asian immigrant second, and you're gonna pick the black guy third.
I totally want Michael Knight to win this season. I think he's the best one out of all of them. I think he shows diversity. I think he's the male black version of me.
I think Uli's going to have a very strong showing.
I really like how daring she is with prints, with movement. I really think she understands a woman's body.
Who do I see winning? I would have to guess Laura. I think she'd be a great CEO. You know, I think she could actually take a business and run it. You know, I mean, she takes care of a big family, you know.
Season 1, I thought I should have won. But season 2, I thought Daniel Franco. Season 3, Daniel Franco. I believe Franco will win season 3.
So we won't have to wait too long to find out who will win Project Runway. I would like to thank all of you designers for coming today. I would like to thank Michael Kors, Nina Garcia, and of course, Tim Gunn.
Thank you, Heidi.
And I can't wait for next week for the next episode. So until then, auf Wiedersehen.
Wiedersehen.
Next on Project Runway.
You're going to be showing before the most influential crowd in the fashion industry.
I mean, I've produced a whole line of kids. Why can't I produce a whole line of dresses?
But maybe I'm the one who's gonna end up on top.
I'm about to win this show.
Wow, look at the size of this space. What's that? Turtle poop. Ew, I don't think I went any turtle poop. How far along are you?
I'm still in the early beginning stages.
This is going to be an extremely busy week, and today is no exception.
I'm still missing 7 girls.
I'm really sorry, but I don't think that they're going to show up. They all got really drunk last night.
When I look at Jeffrey's rack, I found myself to be a little bit angry.
How can it be that he doesn't have a single button left to sew on?
That's true.
You just don't pull craftsmanship like that out of your ass.
It can be very difficult to prove something like this.
Jeffrey, Laura has an announcement to make.
It's not an announcement.
I felt crushed.
That's perfect. This is Bryant Park.
You're a crazy bitch. Who cares what you think? It makes me pissed. It makes me sad because I know what I've done in order to get to this level.
The whole thing just blew up way too much.
I'm not going to apologize for bringing it up. That's what I'm not going to do.